the late 15th century, a time of great change. European explorers, driven by ambition and the thirst for knowledge, ventured into the vast unknown. One man, Vasco da Gama, would rise above them all. His daring voyages would rewrite history and reshape the world. Imagine a world without instant communication, a world where spices, silks, and treasures from the East were the stuff of legend. Vasco da Gama dared to challenge this world. His journey to India by sea would shatter geographical boundaries and usher in a new era of global trade. Born into a noble family in Sines, Portugal, Vasco da Gama was destined for a life at sea. His birthplace, a small coastal town, was a hub of maritime activity, where the salty air and the sound of waves crashing against the shore were constant companions. The historic homes of Sines, with their weathered facades, stood as silent witnesses to the early years of this future explorer. From a young age, he learned the art of navigation, shipbuilding, and seafaring. The bustling ports and shipyards of Sines were his playground, where he watched skilled craftsmen build sturdy vessels that would brave the unknown seas. As a young boy, he would often be found near the docks, eagerly absorbing the knowledge shared by seasoned sailors and shipbuilders. His father, Estevão da Gama, instilled in him a sense of duty and a thirst for adventure. Estevão, a respected nobleman and experienced navigator, would often take young Vasco to the shipyards, where they would discuss the intricacies of navigation and the mysteries of the open sea. These moments, filled with stories of distant lands and uncharted waters, ignited a burning desire in Vasco to explore the world beyond the horizon. Portugal, a small nation perched on the edge of Europe, was at the forefront of exploration. The Portuguese coastline, with its strategic location, served as a gateway to the vast and uncharted territories that lay beyond the known world. The spirit of exploration was deeply ingrained in the Portuguese people, who were driven by a desire to expand their horizons and discover new trade routes. Prince Henry the Navigator, a visionary leader, had established a school of navigation in Sagres. Here, map-makers, astronomers and sailors gathered to push the boundaries of the known world. Under Prince Henry's guidance, the school became a centre of innovation and learning, where the brightest minds of the time collaborated to develop new techniques and technologies for navigation. And sailors gathered to push the boundaries of the known world. The School of Navigation in Sagres was a melting pot of knowledge and expertise, where the exchange of ideas and the spirit of collaboration fueled the quest for discovery. It was within this environment of intellectual curiosity and relentless pursuit of knowledge that Vasco da Gama honed his skills and prepared for the epic voyages that would etch his name in the annals of history. In 1497, King Manuel I of Portugal entrusted Vasco da Gama with a monumental task: to find a sea route to India. This was no ordinary voyage. It was a journey fraught with danger, uncertainty, and the weight of a nation's hopes. 4 ships, the São Gabriel, the São Rafael, the Berrio, and a storage carrack, set sail from Lisbon. Their decks were laden with supplies, weapons, and the dreams of a nation. The eyes of the world were upon them. The journey around the Cape of Good Hope was perilous. Fierce storms battered the ships, testing the limits of human endurance. Supplies dwindled, and scurvy, the sailor's curse, began to take its toll. Da Gama, a stern and unwavering leader, refused to give up. He inspired his crew with his determination and his unwavering belief in their mission. They battled the elements, their resolve hardening with each passing day. Calicut and the spice trade. After months at sea, land appeared on the horizon. They had reached the Malabar coast of India. Calicut, a bustling centre of trade, awaited them. The aroma of exotic spices filled the air, a testament to the riches of the East. Da Gama's arrival was met with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. The local ruler, the Zamorin, received him cautiously. The stage was set for a clash of cultures, and the beginning of a new era in global trade. Da Gama's return to Portugal in 1499 was nothing short of triumphant. He was hailed as a hero, his ships laden with pepper, cinnamon, and other precious spices. His voyage had opened up a direct sea route to India, bypassing the traditional land routes controlled by Arab traders. His success had profound implications. Portugal, once a small player on the world stage, was now poised to become a major maritime power. The age of exploration had truly begun. Driven by the immense profits of the spice trade, Portugal wasted no time in dispatching a second expedition to India. This time, da Gama commanded a fleet of 15 ships, his mission to establish a permanent Portuguese presence in the east. The second voyage was marked by brutality and violence. Da Gama, determined to secure Portuguese dominance, engaged in ruthless tactics, bombarding Calicut and crushing any resistance he encountered. The once peaceful waters of the Indian Ocean were stained with blood. Vasco da Gama's ruthlessness earned him the title Lion of the Sea among his men. His leadership was both feared and respected, a testament to his formidable presence on the high seas. He was a complex figure, a brilliant navigator, and a ruthless conqueror. His voyages were marked by both incredible discoveries and brutal tactics. Da Gama's ability to navigate uncharted waters and his strategic mind made him a legendary figure in maritime history. His actions, though morally questionable, solidified Portugal's control over the spice trade and paved the way for the establishment of a vast colonial empire. The spice trade was the lifeblood of the Portuguese economy, and da Gama's expeditions opened new routes that were previously unknown to European explorers. These routes not only brought immense wealth to Portugal, but also established its dominance in the Indian Ocean. In 1524, he was appointed Viceroy of India, returning to the land he had first set foot on 27 years earlier. His appointment was a recognition of his significant contributions to the Portuguese Empire. As Viceroy, da Gama was tasked with overseeing the administration of Portuguese territories in India, ensuring the continued flow of wealth from the spice trade. However, his final voyage to India was short-lived. Despite his previous successes, da Gama's health deteriorated rapidly upon his arrival. The harsh conditions of sea travel and the tropical climate of India took a toll on his aging body. He succumbed to illness and died in Kochi, India, on Christmas Eve 1524. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy lived on. Vasco da Gama's voyages had forever changed the course of history, establishing new trade routes and expanding the reach of the Portuguese Empire. His story is a reminder of the complexities of exploration and the impact of individual ambition on the world stage. Vasco da Gama's voyages were a turning point in world history. His discovery of a sea route to India not only brought immense wealth to Portugal, but it also shattered the geographical barriers that had separated East and West for centuries. His voyages ushered in an era of global trade, cultural exchange, and unfortunately colonialism. The world would never be the same. Today, the legacy of Vasco da Gama is complex and multifaceted. His name is synonymous with adventure, discovery, and the age of exploration. In Portugal, he is celebrated as a national hero, a symbol of the country's rich maritime history and its role in global exploration. While he is celebrated as a national hero in Portugal, his legacy is not without controversy. The voyages that brought him fame also brought about significant changes in the regions he explored, particularly in India. His actions in India are a reminder of the darker side of colonialism. The arrival of Vasco da Gama marked the beginning of European colonialism in India, leading to centuries of foreign rule and exploitation. The impact of his voyages is still evident in the cultural and architectural remnants of colonial India. His voyages, though driven by ambition and greed, were also fueled by a desire to explore the unknown and to connect distant parts of the world. These journeys were perilous and required immense courage and determination. The routes he established opened up new avenues for trade and cultural exchange, having a profound and lasting impact on the world we live in today. The spice trade, in particular, was revolutionized by his voyages. The spice trade he helped to establish continues to this day, connecting cultures and continents through the shared language of flavor. Spices that were once rare and exotic are now commonplace in kitchens around the world, thanks to the trade routes he pioneered. These spices have not only enriched our culinary traditions, but have also fostered a deeper understanding and appreciation of different cultures. Festivals and culinary events celebrate this shared heritage, bringing people together through food and tradition. His voyages, a testament to human curiosity and the indomitable spirit of exploration, continue to inspire us to this day. Modern explorers and adventurers look to figures like Vasco da Gama as pioneers who pushed the boundaries of the known world. The spirit of exploration that drove Vasco da Gama is alive and well today. Whether it's in the realm of space exploration, deep-sea diving, or scientific research, the quest to discover and understand more about our world and beyond continues to inspire new generations. His legacy is a reminder that the human spirit is always seeking to explore, to learn, and to connect. Vasco da Gama's story is a reminder that history is not always black and white. He was a man of his time, driven by the beliefs and ambitions of his era. His voyages, though marked by both triumph and tragedy, forever changed the course of history. As we reflect on his life and legacy, let us remember the words of the poet Fernando Pessoa. God desired that Portugal discover India. He willed that Vasco da Gama be the man to do it.